Hey guys, plant-based Gabriel here, and today I'm going to be making my whole food plant-based banana bread. A few ingredients, really simple to make, a great recipe, especially for the holidays. I hope you can stick around and see exactly how it's made. Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen, and today, as I mentioned before, we're going to be making my easy whole food plant-based banana bread. Now we're just gonna need a few ingredients for this recipe, and that is 4 extremely ripe bananas. I normally let these guys get really ripe on the counter, on the fridge, and then when they get this nice brown color, I'll throw them in the fridge and they're good for a couple more weeks just like this. We also have 2 cups of a whole wheat flour. We've got 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. We have 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I'm using apple cider vinegar. That's going to be to help our rising agents. Speaking of the rising agents, we're also going to be using 1 teaspoon of baking soda and another teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to have a half of a cup of a liquid. Now that liquid could be a plant-based milk or it could be water. I'm just going to use water today. And then we've got a 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup. Now if you don't want to go ahead and use the full 1/4 of a cup, you don't have to. This will serve around 4 people, 5 people. So the 1/4 of a cup is going to be divvied up just like it would be in any other recipe. But you can always lessen it or add to it if you want it more sweet or less sweeter. But I will say the bananas are nice and sweet themselves. And then we are going to be doing this in my silicone bread tin, but any mold will work for the bread. This is my favorite. And one thing I do is I don't like using the silicone right on the baking racks. I find that it gets a little hot on the base of it, so I'll put this on a baking sheet and bake it in the oven. But I'm gonna bring you guys in here and we're gonna get started on today's recipe. The first thing that we're going to need to do is add in our 4 ripened bananas, and as you can tell they are very ripe, but I'm going to go ahead and just mash them up using a fork. Anything that you want to mash them up till they get, you don't want any big chunks in there, so I'm going to go on and do that. Okay, that looks good. Next we're going to go in and add our cinnamon and whole wheat flour, our apple cider vinegar, and our vanilla extract, our 1/4 of a cup of maple syrup, a half a cup of liquid, and then we are not going to add the baking soda and baking powder until we are done mixing this. That's going to be the last thing that we do so that we get a good rise. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this all up. That looks awesome. Now we're going to go ahead and add in our baking soda and baking powder, and then once we add that in and mix it up, we're going to be pretty quick to get that put in the tin and in the oven so that we don't lose any of those air bubbles that the baking powder and soda add to it. One thing we're going to do is just tamp that down a little bit. Now we're going to get this in the oven at 400 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes, and we'll be back when that's done. I'm back. I got the kitchen tidied up. I'm here with my whole food plant-based banana bread. Really hope you guys saw how simple that recipe is. Right, we're gonna go at 400 degrees for 40 to 45 minutes, and then if you go in with a toothpick and notice that it's still a little moist in the middle, you can turn that heat down to 375 for another 10 to 15 minutes until it reaches that point. Set it out on the countertop and it's ready to go. I've got mine here, a perfect crumb structure. It looks delicious. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. Absolutely fantastic. This has been a go-to for Dr. Miller and I this past month. I know I'm going to be making a few loaves around Christmas time for some family and friends at some get-togethers. I really hope you guys saw how simple this recipe is. If you did like this video, please go ahead and give this page a like and subscribe. It really helps the cause. And if you like this video in particular, go ahead and share it with your family and friends. Let them know how this whole food plant-based banana bread is made. And also, as always, this recipe, all my past and future recipes can be found at plantbasedgabriel.com. I am Plant-Based Gabriel with my whole food plant-based banana bread. Hoping that you guys enjoyed this video, and more so, I really hope I'll see you guys very, very soon.